Boom, baby, we're live. Welcome to Interview with the Man, episode 716. Guys, I have got so much news. I'm sorry I'm late. I have so much to cover about what's been going on in the markets and everything. Holy freaking cow. Can't even curse in the first couple of moments of the stream as we just went live on Instagram as well. That's what the echo was. Guys, don't forget, December 28th, Body Language Mastery 4.0 is coming to you with the Masculine Empowerment Network. Take a quick look here. We got to jump right to today's show. My name is Jonathan, and I used to be just like you. I was just an average guy that wanted to date a few nice women so I could find what I liked and just move on with my life. I numbed myself with distractions so I could ease the pain. But in reality, it really never went away. Without any help, it's just not that easy. And even like you, I looked for answers online, but the results were hard to find.
If you sun your balls, there is a study. It's an older
3-pack for $29.95. Famous Bad Boy series Bond 2. Ladies find this pleasing.
You're broke! You're fucking poor!
I didn't want to take sides in some stupid online argument. I wanted results, and after years of failure, I found the one secret thing that changed it all.
Welcome aboard.
After learning this skill, my eyes were open to a whole new secret world that only a few people will ever see. I went from having no confidence to having pure, undeniable proof that I could find women anywhere in the world that were totally into me. So of course, naturally, I became more confident. I went from a confused and lonely guy to a man with so many options that I literally cannot date them all.
See what you just saw? It may look like a commercial, but that is my reality. I see a world that nobody can see through the secrets of understanding body language. Now ask yourself a question. How long are you going to wait and go through those lonely nights, endless rejections, and feeling insignificant until you decide to take action and change your life today? I've been doing this since 2019. And I have thousands of men that have changed their lives from Tokyo to Tampa, from Chicago to Saigon. There's only one name in the game, and that's me, MLD. Join us in the Masculine Empowerment Network, and we'll change your life today.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Hey, listen, don't turn away right now. Listen, we have so many people on the waiting list here for the Masculine Empowerment Network. People are actually getting on the waiting list and DMing me on Instagram saying, hey, man, did I get in? Am I my position locked and loaded? Yes, everything is fully functional on this website. So you just need to go to masculineempowermentnetwork.com, put your best email address right here, and then click here to sign up. You'll be locked and loaded. Okay. From there, what I need you to do, if you're not on there right now, you can also scan the QR code in the upper right-hand corner. Okay, because you are going to be on the waiting list for Body Language Mastery 4.0. And it is going to give you, it is a total package. It is not just, I give you a course, and then I say, good luck, go figure it out. We have 24-hour text message support. We have a team of experts. Literally, you're not only getting me as a coach, you're getting literally 12 other guys as your coach as well. On top of that, you're also getting live educational webinars. They're going to help you become high-value man who makes money, who's fit, who has fashion, who knows how to talk to girls, who knows how to text girls, who knows how to build a high-value Instagram, who knows how to use dating apps. We're going to teach you all the ways to meet as many women as possible so you can go through those women and then find the one that's right for you. That is the name of the game, okay? So when you sign up for the Masculine Empowerment Network, you get all this, and you could scan that QR code right there at any point and get on the waiting list right now. And if you get on the waiting list, you will get a free module that is only going to be released to people on the email list. You will get a free module of the Body Language Mastery 4.0 course that is going to help you identify if a woman is lying to you or not. If you want to find out if a woman is lying to you or not, we have a video guide that we are going to be sending out in the email. It's 100% for free. You're not going to have to click away and go to another website and opt in or pay a fee or nothing like that. You open the email, you press the play button, you get the free module. Okay. And it's going to be a part of the entire Body Language Mastery 4.0 system, which is a video training guide to help you read a woman's body language, to know if she's attracted in you, so you know where you are in the dating marketplace, and you know if you need to level up, you know if you need to leave the marketplace, you know if you need to get these certain women out of your life that you thought were into you, but they're actually not. This is the total guide. Remember, we filmed it on December 18th, and we couldn't even finish the filming. We are set to go back to the studio and film it again on December 22nd. If you don't believe me, follow me on my Instagram, Hot Dude Life, and you will see I'll be posting pictures of me and my friend Annie. She was the beautiful girl with the white skin in the commercial. We are filming it. She is a professional model here in Tokyo, Japan. She's half Japanese, half Swedish, and 100% amazing. And you're going to see me doing all the body language gestures with her. I am in the course too, to give you guys maximum clarity on what it takes to understand a woman's body language, so you're no longer confused. Because a lot of you guys are confused because you're afraid, because you don't understand. I am going to show you exactly what you need to do. In addition to that, that's just point one that I just broke down there. In addition to that, you're going to get 20 webinars with experts in money, muscles, game, and frame. Okay. This is where we're going to bring you in. You're going to have a live Zoom coaching session with you and 100 plus other guys. We're going to give the presentation, then you get to ask your questions to the presenter, because your questions have individual solutions that are necessary. If you cannot attend, they will be locked and loaded and stored on a database with 200 hours of past webinars as well. You get immediate access to a secure Telegram chat, 3 end-of-month checkup calls, and direct interaction and coaching with me, MLD. Okay, this is what we have so far on the schedule, and it's going to be packed up. Okay, and let me tell you something right now. You guys may have not been paying attention to the cryptocurrency market right now. Okay, and I get it. The average investor is not. The average person is not looking at it right now. Okay. I just got to say that my cock grew gigantically overnight. All right. Because we have been tracking this coin. If you've not been paying attention, it is a degenerate meme coin, and it is called Coquinho. All right. And this is it right here. This is a meme coin that the people on the dark web and people who completely understand blockchain technology, they are tracking this right now. Okay. Now, this is completely not financial advice. I will say I have already made profit on this, and it's not a small amount. All right. If you click on the 1 year mark here, this coin was launched 8 days ago, 1 week ago, basically. Okay. My team has been analyzing this, and then they were recently listed on KuCoin. And now, from what we're looking at, based upon purchases on the blockchain, because on the blockchain, you can see who's buying what. Everything's completely transparent. There are 2 large wallets right now that are accumulating a shitload of this. And we believe that it's following the path of Bonk. If you guys have been watching Bonk, okay, Bonk was listed on the 14th on Binance, or excuse me, on Coinbase. And you could see the volume was $1.7 billion at one point, basically 1.8 billion. Okay. That means how much money was sent through the network via buying and selling. And we were monitoring it back here. This is a Solana meme coin. Okay. Less than a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of a penny. If you guys have been paying attention to my social media, I've been putting out alerts to recruit people for a team. We have compiled all that data, and I'm going to tell you the truth about cryptocurrency and the upcoming bull market. If you're paying attention to traditional markets, you know that the NASDAQ just hit all-time highs. Okay. They want you to think that the economy is crashing because they want you to be afraid, at home, paralyzed in fear. But if you've taken the financial red pill, you know that's not the case. Janet Yellen is flooding the market with liquidity because 2024 is an election year. And the thing that they're going to be doing, the narrative that they're pitching is Bidenomics is working. President Biden's economic plan is working. But if you know anything, if you've been watching me for over all these years, you know that it's all a scam. Fiat currency is a scam. The whole system is a scam. It's all manipulated. But we're teaching people right now, get in early and dump on the losers because that's the truth about cryptocurrency. Okay? We're going to be talking about all of that, answering all your questions in the Masculine Empowerment Network when I personally am going to be leading the charge on that with my team of experts. We don't have any bulletproof portfolios. We don't have moon math, none of that fucking garbage that's going to cause you to lose tons and tons and tons of money. We're going to show you the cold, hard truth, the nitty gritty to get in, get out, get your profits, and move on with your life. If you decide to participate. If investing less than a penny is too much for you, then I understand. Okay. But I'll just say this, hold me accountable. Go home right now, wherever you are, track this. This is a meme coin. This coin has no value. But if you're understanding the insides of the cryptocurrency community right now, you know that these meme coins are literally printing millions of dollars because in this scam economy, they have to keep on printing money and they have to send it somewhere. So they're inflating these worthless assets. Watch this coin. Watch this coin. Hold me accountable. At you guys at home, hold me accountable. If I am wrong, I want you to shame me. I want you to humiliate me. I want you to call me every name in the book. I want you to absolutely destroy me if I am wrong. But if I'm right, just hold that in your heart and remember. That's all I'll say. Mark this coin. Cock in you. Brave new world we live in, guys. And one more thing, too. All I'm going to show you is this, okay? Take a look at this, all right? If this doesn't make sense to you, it can. These are the leading meme coins right now. Right now, okay? Dog with hat on the Solana chain, Cock Inu on the AVAX chain, and then Bonk on the Solana chain. Okay, look at this. Look at the volume on these things. 24-hour volume. $37 million in and out of Dog with Hat. $24 million. Cock Inu. That fucking coin was launched last week. Please show me an asset that was launched last week with zero backing from any corporation that is doing $24 million in volume in 24 hours. Please, someone show it to me. Emmett Trill says, hey, has anyone seen how Andrew Schultz and Akash from Flagrant are beefing with Mario Games? No, I don't, because I don't give a fuck. What the fuck does me watching a battle of egos do for me? Where does that put money into my bank account? Where does that put more women into my life? How does that increase the health of my body? How does that make me have a stronger self-esteem? Please tell me, where is the fucking value in paying attention to that shit? Where is the value? Did we not set out on this journey to help men? Is that not the basis of our fucking platforms? To help men level their lives up, get them out of depression, get them out of addiction, get them out of poverty, get them out of homelessness? Is that not what we fucking set out to do? Is that not why we're here? I know why I'm fucking here. I know why I wake up every fucking day and work my ass off to help people. So no, I don't pay attention to that fucking garbage, because that's what it is. Garbage. I don't care about internet beefs. The only beef I have is my bank account, because I want that motherfucker to be bigger and better. That's what value is in that's the value I have in what I'm chasing right now in my life, okay? Getting so frustrated with this useless trash. No, okay? No, I did not see internet beef. No, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a flying fuck. I want to make that very fucking clear. I don't give a shit about content creators fighting with each other for pathetic metrics. Views, internet like points, fuck that. That's garbage. And you're never going to see that on this channel. This channel is dedicated to giving you the hard reality about life. To level up, to get you the life that you want. So what is your timeline filled with on your social media? Who are you following? Internet beef? Are you fucking kidding me? Is that what we've reduced ourselves to as men? That's fucking gossip girl shit. So no, I haven't watched that shit. You know what I've been watching? I've been watching the cryptocurrency markets. I've been watching liquidity go into the marketplace. I've been watching the NASDAQ hitting an all-time high. I've been watching the news recently about Donald Trump being kept off the Colorado presidential ballot for the 2024. The Supreme Court in Colorado has disqualified Donald Trump under some baseless 14th Amendment about him being insurrectionist. And now this is going to the Supreme Court. That is what I'm focused on. So no, I'm not focused on internet beef about people who don't give a shit about me, and they don't give a shit about you either. They don't care. It's a battle of egos, and everybody loses in a battle of egos. So no, I have not seen it, and I do not care. I am dialed in. I understand that 2024 is possibly one of the best years for people who are poor and or average to make some serious fucking financial gains in their life. I know that in 2024, we have the election of the century on our hands. That's what I'm paying attention to, because I'm a fucking winner. And this channel is not for people who want to be involved in drama. This channel is not for people who want to talk and talk and talk, because I fucking hate talkers. This channel is for men who want to increase the quality of your life. My brothers are the brothers who want to get down in the trenches with me and do the hard work. You are my people. If you're not one of those, this channel isn't for you. Please go find something else to do. Please go watch some fucking low-hanging chimpanzee IQ behavior bullshit, because this channel is not for you. I want to make that very, very, very clear. That is what I'm saying. And I'm never going to be watching some beef. This guy reacted to this. This one said this. No. Money, muscles, game, frame. You talk to me about one of those four things. That's it. We got it? Okay, cool. Just wanted to clarify that. So no, I'm not participating in any of that shit. All right. Now that that's out the way, welcome. We're going to talk about a female dating coach today, Matthew Hussey, who is a dating coach for women. And he is saying that body count doesn't matter. Now, as you know, I have a history of calling out these people. All right. And I'm just gonna go. You could just fuck off there, Immature. I'm just gonna ban you. Just go ahead. Go be a loser elsewhere, bro. This is not the channel for you. Peace. Okay. Not gonna talk back to me in my chat. Act like a damn fool. Get the fuck out of here. Now, as you guys know, I have a history of calling out bullshit on this channel. Derek Jackson was the female dating coach who was out here lying to women, selling them the bullshit that they want to say. If you're a single woman and you're a single mom, and if a man doesn't like you, it's because you are a weak man, right? And he's saying your body count doesn't matter stuff. And I'm sorry, but from a biological standpoint, I mean, look at all these great people coming out now. You know, Dr. David Buss, all these people saying, dude, body count absolutely matters for men and for women. Let's just make that very clear. For men and for women. It causes detrimental to both of the sexes the higher it goes. But the impact is far greater on females. It is far, far greater. And you have to understand, if you want to be a grifter like this guy, because he is a grifter, right? Because if he was so good at what he was doing, then the women would be turning their lives around, but they're not. Okay. And this video has brought attention to me by Troy Francis, who is now working over with Pearl on her channel. And he did a reaction to this. And Troy's a great friend of mine. Troy's looking fantastic. He's killing the game. And so I wanted to show you the way this guy is. I haven't watched this yet, but I'm pretty sure I know what I'm going to see. And I'm pretty sure he's going to dance around the truth about the matter. And, you know, for the ladies, if you do have a high body count, hey, it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. It's not something that is going to blacklist you from dating. Trust me, there's a guy out there that will accept you. It's up to you to accept him. But it does have an effect on you. And you have to be aware that there's certain things in your biology that are connected to having a high body count. Okay. Yeah, shout out to my homeboy, NBA Crypto Boy. Notice how these are 40 minutes and he spends 3 hours helping people for free every Friday. My track record is perfect, bro. Sorry. I'm out here to do what I set out to do, which is help men. Okay? That's what I set out to do. Helping men. Period. Okay? And that's not a dig at Myron either. For you motherfuckers that like Star Drive, that's just not a dig at Myron. I'm just telling you what's here on this channel. Myron is a good friend. I love him. He's a brother. I take a bullet for him. Okay. So, let's see. Okay. Here we go. We're going to get going on this episode. This is him right here. He has a history of selling bullshit. But again, you can lie, and you can lie, but you cannot stop the consequences of lying from occurring with you. So let's get going here. Take a look at this.
Imagine that George Clooney didn't start that relationship by saying, "How many men have you slept with?" What's up, everybody? I'm about to show you a clip that I think you are going to love. But before you jump in, there's a very good chance you'll get to the end of this clip and think, I wish that was longer. I wish there was more that I could consume right now that could help me in my love life. Well, I have something for you. It's a 1-hour free training that I did called Dating with Results. And if you have not watched it yet, this can be your little binge session for today. But it's much better than just randomly binging YouTube. It's a structured presentation on how you can make massive progress in your life and finally meet your person and get the love you want. Go over to datingwithresults.com.
Give me 1 second. A package he just showed up at my front door. I have to answer this. I will be right back.
Time to get paid, blow. Time to get paid. Time to get paid, blow up like I'm blowing up like you thought I would. I'm blowing up like you thought I would. And if you don't know, I'm blowing up like you thought I would. I'm blowing up like you thought I would. And if you don't know, I'm blowing up like you thought I would. I'm blowing up like you thought I would. And if you don't know, I'm blowing up like you thought I would. I'm blowing up like you thought I would. And if you don't know, would. I'm blowing up like you thought I would. And if you don't know, I'm blowing up like you thought I would. I'm blowing up like you thought I would. And if you don't know,
All right, we're back. Let's get going.
.com to watch it right now for free and enjoy this clip in the meantime. Hi, Matthew. I've been having anxiety for the last few years. The trigger to this anxiety is the new message that is constantly being shared. And that message is that men find women who are not virgins gross. I cannot go a few days without it somehow popping up in my feed that men do not want to commit to women with a high body count.
Okay, so real quick, what she's saying is that she has a high body count and she's trying to figure out, what can I do? But I just want to let girls know, like, it's not a scarlet letter. It is not a sentence to doom, but you do have an upward battle to work with. Okay, so real quick, I'm going to put a poll in the chat and you just tell me there at home. All right, I just want to ask you honestly, does body count matter to you? And I'm just going to put it's a yes or no chat. We're here over on YouTube. So if you want to come over on YouTube and make your vote and then go back to whatever platform, we are live streaming to Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Rumble, and where else are we live streaming to? We're live streaming everywhere. Oh, and Facebook. Shout out to, is anybody watching on Facebook? Shout out to everybody. Okay. I just put the poll out in the chat, and then we're gonna maintain the integrity of the election here on the channel by me doing a direct response to it at the end. Okay. And is that Tony Stark? Hey, you're talking about me, I'll take that. Tony Stark is cool. All right, let's go. Unequivocally, yes, it matters. Let's go here.
Or any past sexual experience at all sometimes. I do not. I feel like you've been spending too much time on Reddit. Get off of.
He's out of touch with the reality. Those nerds on Reddit are not saying body count matters. Those nerds on Reddit are the biggest simps on the planet. Are you kidding me?
For Reddit. I do not have a high body count, but I still get triggered every time this pops up.
Why would you get triggered if you say you don't have a high body count, but then when you see content about it, you're like, like why? That she's snitching on herself, right? That's like a tall dude getting angry at somebody saying like height doesn't matter. He's like, oh, height does matter. I'm offended as a 6'4" guy. Like, huh? What?
Now truly believe that this is very important to men, and that if they were to find out about a woman's sexual past, they would now start to subconsciously value her less and not see her as a wife / future mum of their babies. And if they have the option, leave her. Can you please talk about this in detail? I got the gist. So it goes on for a bit longer, but it's pretty much the same thing. And by the way, she says, P.S. I know that a popular comeback is that men who care about this are insecure, but I think it's deeper than that.
So again, shout out to this girl, because I will say that she's on the right path if she can at least understand that like everything that relates to a man having a preference is not him being insecure, because that just seems to be the narrative. Like, oh, man has preference, therefore preference equals insecure, right? And that was what was thrown at me when I was on the Whatever podcast with Bangs, who is live on Whatever podcast right now, 30 pounds heavier. Sweet justice. But I just gotta throw that one in there. Sensational. Yeah, she said that men's preference is stupid in regards to body count. That's what she said. And that's just the common narrative in the psyop of women's brains right now. Shout out to the CIA for the greatest psyop in human history about that. When we talk about preference, if you don't believe me, take a quick look here. This is on my YouTube channel. We're just going to be pulling it up real quick. Okay. And this is girl gets triggered by men's preference, right? So anytime a man has a preference, the current narrative is this preference equals insecurity. Take a look real quick here. That could be the same thing with you at the height. Like, you can't demand somebody be 6 foot. You're 5'2".
Okay.
Well, you can, and the thing,
That's still my preference.
but
So
it's men's
it's
preference.
men's preference for the
It's
low
a-
body
it's
count.
a stupid preference.
See, it's only stupid because you don't understand it and it doesn't serve you. That's why you're very
And how does it
self-centered in the
serve
way you view
How does it
things.
serve you having a nice, clean girl?
Well, no
Yes.
STDs. The baby's definitely mine. She's not going to run away. Marital happiness. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Go ahead. Speak.
No,
Go ahead.
Basically, men are not allowed to have preferences, standards, and boundaries.
No, men are allowed to have preferences, but they shouldn't like ridicule women when they're doing like when they're having the same experience.
That could be the same thing with you at the height. And if there's any gender ridiculing the other gender for preference, it is women ridiculing men. Because how many women are just like, oh, what are you, 5 foot, yada yada, and you know, you're that short, or you're this, you're that. And I just want to pop in real quick and just show you guys this. This is just this is petty, but they are live on the Whatever podcast. I have to go to a business meeting after this. I can't do a
Wait, really?
Yeah, you need to leave.
Why?
You need to leave.
For what?
I'm
tuned in just in time.
I'm trespassing you from my studio. Kindly leave.
I'm sorry. Wait, but I was invited.
Your invitation has been revoked. Can you kindly leave?
Yeah, you played your hand too quick. You could have maybe.
Bitch, you think I want to stay on this shit for 6 hours? Also, you.
Oh shit! Damn, I was trying to show you fucking bangs because she's.
If you tell me to leave one more time, my raccoon will bite you.
Yo, can you just leave? Get that you're trying to troll, but like, can you please?
I can't believe I
Can
drove
you
5
please?
hours.
Can you please respect the other people that have like taken their time to be here?
I drove 12 fucking hours.
Like these people,
spent
some
money.
people flew in. Can you
So
just
far.
kindly leave? Like, we get your trolling, but I have revoked your permission to be here.
Okay.
You are now trespassing. Can
Okay.
you kindly get up and leave?
Wait, but I don't want to go yet.
Doesn't matter.
You can't even have the camera on your face, girl. Yeah. Why? What's wrong with my face?
Can you please just here? You need to get up and leave.
Well, this is
We're
interesting.
over the theatrics.
Look.
The camera's
Yeah.
not even
Huh?
on you.
I
so.
mean, just call. I mean, are you recording? Okay. So I mean, she's refusing to leave.
Can we just like take a little break?
Look at the size of bangs. She has gained a tremendous amount of weight, and that is the destiny of these chicks. Who, I mean, she's like 21.
Like I feel
Oh,
really
no, hold on,
I feel
hold
so
on.
uncomfortable
Just stop,
with her.
stop. Let
Ryan,
me.
I don't feel like I don't want to be next to her. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm gonna get up.
I'm
real quick,
asking you
but
to.
Look at that. Look at the side by side. Can we? Justice is sweet. That's what I'm telling you guys too. Instead of just saying, "Oh, women are like this, bro," just let them make their bed of shit. Let them lay in it and watch the consequence of their actions come to reality. And that's what's going to happen. Okay. Because that's her now. And remember, I met her in January. I lost the weight and I think she found it. I'm dead ass. I have lost the weight and I think she has found it. Because I was a little plump living that good life at the beginning of the year. But again, let me just show you real quick side by side. Look at her. And I'm just telling you guys, don't get bent out of shape when this shit happens. But these people, when they shame you for the preferences that you have, they are doing it because it's a last resort.
Women have been.
Look at her there. Look at her there. And yikes, bro. Look at her.
Been oppressed since the beginning of time,
How?
and it's natural.
Oh gosh.
How?
Are you really? How?
Yeah, go ahead.
How you're
You're the one
asking
saying
me
this is true.
how?
Yeah,
Defend
how?
your- no,
Big
I,
difference.
No, because I'm not going.
There's the side profile view. There's that. So when they shame you and they make you feel bad for holding frame. That is an emotional manipulation tactic that they are trying to use against you for you to succumb to their will, for you to submit to their will. Okay? So the fact that this girl here, I'm going to rewind it now on Matthew's video, the fact that she is now saying men are not insecure for having preference, that's a victory in the narrative war.
I got the gist. So it goes on for a bit longer, but it's pretty much the same thing. And by the way, she says, P.S. I know that a popular comeback is that men who care about this are insecure, but I think it's deeper than that. George Clooney. How old was George Clooney when he met his wife? I don't know anything about this relationship, by the way, so don't think this is going to turn into some sort of interesting commentary on a celebrity relationship. But I know he was an older man. He was, what, his 50s? His hair was silver. 60s? I don't know. I don't even know how old George Clooney is. I know he didn't meet her in his 30s or 20s, and I also know that she is not in her 20s, right? So I imagine that George Clooney didn't start that relationship by saying, how many men have you slept with? Because had he started the conversation that way, it would have been an obvious answer. Plenty. I'm an adult woman who's been around for a while. I'm not someone, you didn't meet a 21-year-old or you didn't meet an 18-year-old. You met someone who's actually been around for a minute and has had other relationships, George. At a certain point, I feel like men have to give up. There's a time in their lives where men have to give up on that game, unless you want to date 21-year-olds for the rest of your life.
What's wrong with that? I'm missing the negative part in that argument. Where I mean, the DiCaprio model is working out pretty well so far, but also to use George Clooney as an example is extremely disingenuous. Okay, because I mean, think about it for a second. You're an average woman in this case, and you're going to compare yourself and your relationship to those of celebrities, which we really have no idea about the intricacies of the relationship. Everybody thought Johnny Depp and Amber Heard were doing great, and that woman was fucking shitting in the bed, literally. So again, it's just disingenuous because he has to paint the narrative. Now, his business model has to change, or his bottom line is going to be affected. There is because of technology and information traveling faster than they can censor it, you have to be clearly understanding that if you're not preaching accountability to the people that you're trying to help, they are not going to change. No change is made without accountability, period. You have to be accountable, okay? And accountability means you take responsibility for your actions, okay?
Certain point, you have to say, the person I'm with has existed for some time before they met me. And unless they have been living under a rock and not wanting to meet anyone, not having any sexual experiences, they're going to have had some sexual experiences. So, and do you know what's really interesting? I want you to notice something. What was their name? Tammy? Was it Tammy? Tanny. The insecurity you have about this comes from the complete other direction too. There will be women in the Love Life Club who say to me that they are a virgin at 35 and they're terrified of what a guy is going to think of them because they are a virgin. Whatever it is, you can find a reason, you can find a story and a group of people that can help you create that story around why you should feel insecure about it. That woman that says, I'm still a virgin and I'm worried every guy's going to think I'm a freak, based on your narrative, she has the dream scenario. She's never slept with anyone, so she should be the most desirable person in the game right now because she hasn't done that. And maybe if she's hanging around 25-year-old strange kind of warped people on Reddit.
There you go. Demonized men. Warped. Okay, so look. Okay. Men are not running around saying that this is the perfect freeze frame, by the way. This is what it looks like when you got a cope, like cope level 9,000. Men are not saying we demand virgins. What we are saying is that getting into a relationship with a woman that has a high body count does come with certain risk. And men are typically looking for a woman to get married with and have a family. That's like the normal man is out there looking at. And when a man signs a marriage contract, he is putting himself at massive financial risk, more so than the woman. Okay. She has virtually no financial risk in entering the relationship. And at any point after he signs that contract, she can pull the plug, have him pay for her lawyers, which attorneys are fucking crazy expensive, and have to make a payment plan to this woman via alimony and or child support. Now, don't get me wrong. If you have kids, you should pay for the child. But the child support system is completely broken and flawed. And there is no accountability for the money being spent that is sent over as child support. And that's something that they can implement blockchain technology very simply. He can pay her in some kind of coin, and the coin was only allowed to be spent on baby items or food or whatever the case may be. In that situation, blockchain technology can solve this. But that being said, ultimately, men are just looking at this as a risk reward scenario. And if you have a high body count as a woman, I mean, the data is clear. And again, it's not that you're a bad and broken individual, but men are just looking at it as like, okay, people are creatures of habit. And the greatest indicator of future behavior is past behavior. So if you've been promiscuous, if the woman has been promiscuous and the woman has a history of cheating or has a history of jumping from partner to partner, no string of long-term relationships, it's a bad bet. And men are just getting together, crossing notes, and trying to make the best decision possible for themselves. We're not shaming these women, okay? Just like how, like, where's my support group for no, I don't know, being under 6 foot tall? I'm not 6 foot tall. You know, do I get a support group because there's a certain amount of women that would just disqualify me because I'm not over 6 foot tall? Where's my support group? Where's my shoulder to cry on? No. Women, and this is the narrative that they're pushing in America. They are constantly trying to push as much accountability on men while taking as much accountability away from women in the mainstream narrative. So that's okay. That's why holding frame as a man is the most important thing, because a frame is accountability to yourself and accountability to people who come into your life. You hold yourself accountable by upholding your frame, your boundaries, your preferences, and defending them against people who will try to shame you and manipulate you for having preferences. There's nothing wrong with you for having preferences. Boundaries are a healthy thing. King Dre said it on his Fresh and Fit broadcast, and it was very, very, very good. He said that your job has boundaries for you. The government has boundaries for you. Okay. The bank has boundaries for you. Social media has boundaries for you. Why can't you have boundaries for yourself in a relationship? Anyone? Bueller? So he's attempting to create a me versus them dynamic. And now he's trying to say like, well, just some 24-year-old guy who has a warped view of reality. It's like, no, motherfucker, my reality is in my DNA. Every man is, whether he wants to admit it or not, is repulsed by a woman with a high body count in some way, shape, or form. Just like a woman is biologically repulsed by a short, fat, bald, broke dude who lives at home with his mother. And they'll openly laugh at these things on podcasts. They'll openly do that. But the moment the accountability is held back to them for a different set of standards, the sky is falling. So the cope is pretty strong here. And I'm going to go in the comment section after this to show you guys that We are indeed on the right side of history.
She is going to have a market there because they're going to be like, oh, she's so attractive. She's never been with anyone. The world isn't one dating market. This is the thing we have to get out of our heads. The world isn't one dating market. It is thousands of niche boutique trading areas between people who value different things. Imagine what is it in Turkey? The Grand Bazaar. Imagine the Grand Bazaar, and just everywhere there's a labyrinth of different areas trading different things based on what people want. What you put a premium on is different from what this person over here puts a premium on, and vice versa, which means that different people are valuable to different people. There is no one dating market. You're treating it like there's one dating market.
So, and in this situation, he is right. He is right. But the guys that she typically going to want, like for me, I have enough experience in my life that I just know if a woman has a higher body count, look, there's nothing wrong with having preferences. And based upon my history, I have dated women with high body counts, over 50, okay? And I've dated women with low body counts. I've slept with virgins before, okay? And high body count women, it is typically a symptom of some deeper inner game issue that is going on. And when you get into a relationship, a marriage, an emotional bond with someone, their problems, their terror, their nightmares also become they become yours as well, because two are intertwined as one. And bringing that into your life, if you're a guy like me who is focused on money, muscles, game, frame, trying to live the highest quality life as possible before we all sail off into that infinite black void that is death, I'm trying to be as happy, healthy, and prosperous and giving and kind as long as possible before I die. That's how I have peace. That's how I cope with the fact that I'm going to die, by doing a good work to humanity, helping as many people as possible. Okay? And so it is up to me to choose the right partner. And there are women out there that are like me. She's not running around screaming on a podcast, money, muscles, game, frame. Although I wish I could have a woman like that. But I will say that, you know, a good woman is going to want that from you too. Okay. And her preferences are not to be shamed as well. Now, what he's saying is correct. There are multiple dating markets and things you can get on there. And there are guys who will be okay with the high body count. But I think more it's not going to be the men that she's looking for, because guys with choice, red pill awareness, high levels of self-esteem, they're not going to really, it just doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good. Look at what happened with Nick Nayerson and whatever the kid's name is, and Sky Bree. He tried to stomach the fact that she's doing OF and that she has, has done her thing. But there's a part of us, there's a good part of humanity that just, it's not okay with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong at all.
Because you spent too much time on the internet in one particular area of the algorithm. And now the algorithm is serving you every title it can find on why women become unattractive the moment they've slept with more than one person. And that's coloring your narrative. So the first thing you can do, by the way, is stop searching for those things and start searching for positive material, so that the algorithm online starts feeding you positive material. Or search in an incognito window, so that the algorithm is no longer serving you up the stuff that is your biggest fear, which it will gladly oblige in doing for as long as you let it. Stop spending time around people who feed that narrative, or men who feed that narrative. And if, in case you feel,
and it's kind of funny, because what he's ultimately saying, because if she doesn't have a high body count, she has nothing to worry with. But what he's basically saying is delude yourself. He's saying, plug yourself back into the matrix, take the blue pill, avoid the truth. But the thing is, the truth is the most addictive substance on the planet. And once people get a whiff of the truth, they can't stop. They literally cannot stop. How many of you guys have been dating somebody who was not necessarily the most honest partner? You went through their phone, you went through their email, you went through their social media, you read their diary, whatever, and you found out one lie, and you are like a fucking animal, and you're like looking for everything, trying to read all conversations, trying to read all pages of the diary, checking all emails, reading all DMs. Okay. Women do this shit. I know, because I have been on that end of that receiving stick. And it's true for all things. When you find out the truth, that's why, like a lot of guys, they find out the truth about, sexual dynamics. They kind of unplug from the lies that mainstream media is feeding them, and then they just become obsessed. I see it happen when people understand the truth about cryptocurrency. I see when people figure out the truth about dating, when they figure out the truth about the media, the fake news media, politicians, all of this. Okay. It is absolutely addictive. And what he's saying is like, plug yourself back in, go back into the echo chambers, delude yourself with another reality. But I mean, truth is the ultimate reality, because truth is always going to come to the top. The only thing you can do to conceal truth is avoid it or cover it with more lies. But truth is like a fucking bamboo shoot. It just keeps growing up and growing up and growing up. And I think I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I think that he is doing his best to help this woman, but it's a short term. I'm even coping right now, honestly, trying to like defend this guy. I'm sure. Well, I don't know anymore, but I don't know. I don't trust these male female like male coaches that are coaches for females. I don't trust them, bro. Because he knows, unless he's like a mega simp, he knows that high body count it's not something he really wants to stomach. It's not. But he is white, so who knows?
I am copping out on your question that, you want me to avoid saying that men who care about this are
Well, Jorge Diaz, look at you. You're still alive? Good to see you, man.
Secure. There are obviously going to be some men who care about that. They're not men that I hang around. None of the men that I hang around get into a relationship and start by saying, how many people have you been with in the past? It's not a question that they're asking, because what they're trying to find is someone who's the kind of person they want to be in a relationship with. And by the
I don't know. I'm done. How do I spell this guy's name? Is it Math? M-A-T-T? I'm killing him. I'm sorry. This is retarded. Don't sit here and tell me like, oh yeah, me and my guy friends, we don't care about that. Like then why aren't you dating a porn star? Why aren't you wifing up chicks on OF? Like, come on, Matthew.
By the way, a lot of guys are smart enough not to even ask the question because they don't want to know the answer. If it makes them feel weird because they don't want to talk about sexual history, and by the way, that's probably in a lot of cases better that we don't spend time doing this excavation on each other's sexual past. What's the purpose of it? If that's your thing or you particularly don't mind, then you can do that. But for everyone else, there's no need to do that because it's just not relevant to where you're going.
It is the most relevant thing for the success of a relationship. It is literally the most relevant thing is your partner's sexual history. If you're going to engage in a relationship, which is a strictly sexually based exclusivity contract, that's what a relationship is. You don't have sex with anybody else but me, and I won't have sex with anybody else but you. That is what you're engaging in. You're going to want to know what they were doing before you showed up. You're going to want to know, bitch, do you have herpes? Like, do you have any STDs? Like, where, like, come on, let's be honest. Almost nobody uses condoms. All right. So, especially if you're in a relationship too, and like, were you dating a dirtbag that was cheating on you? Like, are you going to give me HPV, which is not curable? That's genital warts. Are you going to give me herpes, which is not curable? That's an STD. You know, there are an endless amount of things here that can cause trouble. And to sit here, and this is the disingenuous part that I don't like, okay? To sit here and say, okay, look, it doesn't matter. Like, mate, this is the number one thing that does fucking matter, okay? That is like the number one indicator of happiness and sustainability and fidelity in a relationship. So you're going to sit here and lie. Now you have lost my benefit of the doubt. Now this is grifter status.
Everyone has a past. Everyone has had experiences that they enjoyed, experiences that they didn't enjoy, things that they probably wouldn't do again if they had the chance, regrets for someone they went home with that night. Everyone has these experiences, and any guy.
Not everyone. No. There are good low body count women out there that do not agree with you at all, bro. These girls aren't out here slutting it up, man. They're not. Your audience is, because, you know, hey, it is what it is. But no. You just sit here and cope, mega cope here. It's funny. And so these people are going to be outed as the truth continues to come to the surface, because, as I told you, red pill is going mainstream. It already is mainstream. You have people saying alpha, beta, simps. Okay, that's like in the common man's vernacular now, unless he's like a fucking boomer who's like, I'm ready to finally invest in Bitcoin. I'm waiting for the BlackRock ETF to be approved on January 17th, and then I'm going to get in. Like, that guy, okay, he doesn't get it. But the normal people, the people that are out here trying to make it happen, they get it. You at home, you get it, okay?
Any guy, whether it comes from insecurity or biology or anywhere else, any guy who makes a big deal out of that is an utter hypocrite. So the idea.
Oh, really? Oh, breaking out the whiteboard, about to fucking level IQ. We're about to 500 IQ this motherfucker into irrelevancy. It doesn't matter, huh? It doesn't matter. Okay. Let me pair up the iPad real quick here. I gotta pair up, and we are gonna break that down in the great whiteboard fashion. Whiteboard MLD is undefeated, guys. We all know that. And let's just use that logic against him. Okay. He said it is hypocritical. Let's just listen to that one more time.
Everyone has had experiences that they enjoyed, experiences that they didn't enjoy, things that they probably wouldn't do again if they had the chance, regrets for someone they went home with that night. Everyone has these experiences, and any guy, whether it comes from insecurity or biology or anywhere else, any guy who makes a big deal out of that is an utter hypocrite. So,
got it. Any guy who makes a big deal out of body count being relevant is a hypocrite. So let's go ahead and use that logic. Okay. So now here is how you guys at home can understand this clearly. So when this is potentially used against you in your search for an individual to have a relationship with, you can just understand where you are. Okay. And that you're not wrong. So he's saying it is hypocritical. Okay. Hypocritical because man wants woman with low body count, right? And the reason he's saying it's hypocritical is because man theoretically has high body count, right? In this context. So man has high body count, woman has low body count, okay? So this is not equal, therefore it is hypocritical, right? So he's saying it is hypocritical. It is hypocritical for the man to desire something that he does not have. So how about salary? If the man has a high salary and the woman says, I only want a guy with high salary, but she has a low salary, right? Therefore, that also under the same logic, right? Also hypocritical. Okay. Let's take it a step further. Man is tall, woman is short, but she says, I only want to date guys 6 foot tall or taller. How tall are you? 5'2". Take those broken jeans out of here, woman. Okay. Also, not equal. Okay. So his argument of it being hypocritical is flawed. Okay. So, this guy, Galactic Ranger, called me the Einstein of dating. Thank you, Galactic Ranger. Jordan, is that you? That's funny. But you see, he's now this guy, he's disingenuous because he's saying that this is unequal to this, which therefore is the man being hypocritical. Okay. And that's just not the case at all. That's just not the case here. So for him to again call men who want women who don't have a promiscuous past, he says that it's hypocritical. Well, I think it's disingenuous, and I think he's pandering to his female audiences because that's what you have to do. Because, these guys are not causing a revolution. They are not causing young men to wake up and love, or women to wake up and, be what men want. We here in our side of the internet, we are holding you men accountable. That's what I do. I tell you guys, you got to go to the gym. You have to track your calories. You have to have a job. You have to have a budget. You have to have a savings plan. You have to dress well. You have to go out and talk to women if you actually want to engage with females. We hold you gentlemen to an extreme level of accountability. If he was doing the same, there would be an increase in the quality of men, or an increase in the quality of women. But he's right here again.
Probably wouldn't do again if they had. They don't mind. And by the way, that's probably in a lot of cases better that we don't spend time doing this excavation on each other's sexual past. What's the purpose of it? If that's your thing, or you particularly don't mind, then you can do that. But for everyone else, there's no need to do that because it's just not relevant to where you're going. Everyone has a past. Everyone has had experiences that they enjoyed, experiences that they didn't enjoy, things that they probably wouldn't do again if they had the chance, regrets for someone they went home with that night. Everyone has these experiences, and
your audience has those experiences, not everyone.
Any guy, in whether it comes from insecurity or biology or anywhere else, any guy who makes a big deal out of that is an utter hypocrite. So the idea that you would run your life around that group of people, which is not everyone, wherever it comes from, even if it comes from some anthropological caveman instinct that I don't want anyone to be with to have been with the person that I'm with, and that comes from an evolutionary perspective. Plenty of things come from an evolutionary perspective, but we don't go around doing them. We live in a civilized society. So even your mind going to, but this is just men based on an evolutionary perspective. There are plenty of things we can say from an evolutionary perspective that we no longer follow.
He's reading a fucking script too. On top of that, if you really want to like maximize disingenuous behavior, he's reading from a fucking script. Look at this guy. Look at his eyes. Look at his eyeballs as they move. He's reading from a fucking script. You might as well just pump this guy full of amphetamines and make him president.
Plenty of things come from an evolutionary perspective, but we don't go around doing them. We live in a civilized society. So
and that's why they change camera angles. Look at his eyes from here.
And your mind going to, but this is just men based on an evolutionary perspective. There are plenty of things we can say from an evolutionary perspective that we no longer follow. So don't allow that, wherever the argument comes from, that narrative should not be running your life. Find men who have evolved. Find men who have evolved. Have you been a slut? Have you been ran through by every Chad and Tyrone in the tri-state area? Find an evolved man who will accept you. Evolution. Got it. How is the evolution of men going, by the way? Are we evolving into something better? Oh, Jesus, take the wheel. Who have grown up a little. And
that's right. Grow up a little bit, boys. Man up and marry that slut.
Might be, I don't know how old you are, but it might be that you're just not in the age bracket right now where a lot of those men have done that growing up.
Find older guys with lower standards. Got it.
Because at a certain point, any person who doesn't want to constantly, any man, frankly, who doesn't want to constantly torture themselves about their partner's sexual past has to get over this, because at a certain age, everyone they date has a sexual past unless they are constantly dating 21-year-olds. And that is a certain type of person.
See, and he's just, it's funny because he assumes whoredom. Like okay, so let's just talk about Japan for a second, okay? In Japan, 27% of all women ages 18 to 39, zero sexual experience. Zero. Goose egg, okay? But he's so used to like mainstream horror culture and in the Western society where they're just like, yeah, get out there and be a whore. Get out there, sleep around, listen to ratchet hip hop, be rude, be loud, be insufferable, have no respect for people, have no decency, talk loud in public, be obnoxious, inconvenience everybody that comes your way. And then if a man doesn't love you for you, sister, let me tell you something, okay? He's a misogynist, and he is an instrument of the patriarchy that is here to absolutely destroy you. You can do better. You deserve better. We saw the girl yesterday, if you're watching my episode, when the woman was 38 years old and obese, and her friend's like, there's nothing wrong with you. You just haven't found the right man. It's like, well, actually, yes, there is something wrong with you. And even the woman herself was like, there's something wrong with me. But if they can have it their way, these girlfriends, single women keep women single. You want to see a divorce in action? Watch a woman who is married but starts hanging out with a divorced woman, and boom. I mean, and it's factual. It's documented. Okay. Single women keep women single, and because they don't want to be alone, they want to use other women to bring them out and run around on these fucking, let's go have an adventure. It's like, no, stay home and be a mother, be a wife, or just don't go be a whore. Don't ruin the life of everybody around you because you're chasing some fucking adventure that doesn't exist, as you're just internally unhappy with yourself and trying to take that out on everybody around you. So no. And the cope is just, it's real. It's hard, and it's here.
Anyway, who's in that pattern constantly. There's something they're chasing that makes them the kind of guy you don't want to have in your life. As a man, Tim says, I find it silly to judge a woman for their body count. We're all trying to...
Tim don't get no pussy if he's watching you, bro.
find our person, and sex is often part of that process. Well said, Tim. Why would you judge someone negatively for their journey? That's such a great point. And by
I don't know, why would women judge men for their journey? I mean, right? Why?
the way, that person may well know themselves better for having been on that sexual journey. I sometimes think that you're in many cases, not in all, but in many cases, the wish for a virgin is kind of a wish for someone who knows themselves a little less. And even if you are a virgin watching this,
that's right, because you want the most desired thing in all cultures of all times, the virgin bride. Something's wrong with you. Now look, I'm not out here telling you to go hunt down virgins, okay? But what I am saying is that if you have a preference for low body count, it's probably in your benefit to maintain your standards, because you have to hold frame for yourself. If that's your standard, don't let people shame you. And bro, at the rate that dudes are getting worse and worse and worse, and you're a guy that's on this channel and you're out here doing the work to make yourself a better man, and you know if you are and you know if you're not, you're going to get what you want.
You're going to know yourself better as you have sexual experiences, and that's going to make it more clear what you want. So again, any guy who's looking for someone who knows themselves is going to be looking for someone that ultimately isn't coming from that place of judging themselves for either having done it too much, or, by the way, not having done it enough.
Not done enough. Yeah. So you get out there and rack those bodies up, lady. Nothing is more desirable than marrying a slut. Not saying there's got to be a slut, but honestly, if your body count as a woman's like, oh, it's over 10, it's like, oh, good Lord, have mercy. What you been doing? It's a lot. Let's go to the comment section. And the comment section is always undefeated. It does matter for me. Sex is sacred energy, and I want my partner to hold the same belief. I don't want to be with someone who views sex as something casual. I get that a man doesn't want to be with someone who throws herself around, but if it matters so much, then why do they get so mad when you won't sleep with them? That's this person is right in this instance. Well, I am let's see. I am a woman in my late 30s, and I couldn't remain with the man who had been with a lot of women. He spoke to me about at least 20, 30 girls in the past with names, photos, and stories. The red flag. He shouldn't have done that. I don't know how many of them he didn't mention. He's been with his best friend's ex just because she wanted to hook up. He's been with women whose names he doesn't even know. Guilty. It looks like he was ready to have sex with anyone who's easily accessible at the moment. Even if I knew that it was in his past, at his early 20s, I left. Does body count matters? In my case, I thought one day, why would I remain with a man who never said no? His yes has zero value. I think maybe many men sometimes think from this perspective, although I think it's kind of red flag when someone asks your body count. It's definitely red flag when someone tells you about all his ex. Yeah, it's just right there. I like men with relatively low body count. I feel more keen to get emotionally involved. But yeah, the comment, let's see. As an older man, I'm concerned about women who are promiscuous outside of a relationship. I want to know how many relationships they've had and how long they lasted. Yeah, that's normal. That's normal. Okay. And this is a good point here. Man or woman, the fewer sexual partners you have, the less emotional baggage you have to deal with. True. Having numerous sexual partners does not necessarily make someone a better lover. Correct. Especially if it's just casual sex with different people with moves learned from porn. Oh, man. The issue with the man that has a high body count is you don't know if the kids will turn up in his life wanting to know who their dad is. That's funny. But yeah. But you can see the comments are not on his side. Okay, of course, numbers matter. Anyone who goes around holding it up, male or female, has a very deep-seated psychological issues, insecurity, need for validation, etc., and should be avoided if you're looking healthy long-term partner. Agreed. The Clune example, not yeah. So the cope is completely debunked in the conversation there on the chat. So I said all that to say this. Look, when you have preferences as an individual, as a man, and you're living kind of in the Western society, people will attempt to shame you, just like, and it's getting ridiculous too. It's just like most guys just want like a nice woman to hang out with. That's what most guys want. Most guys just like, I'm not saying she needs to be super hot, big fake tits, all that shit. I mean, if she has it, cool, fantastic. However, that's just not the case. And here we have just another example of like the demonization of men's standards and, you know, lying and coping, because body count does matter for men and women. It just happens to matter more for women, just like salary count for men and women matters in dating, but it matters more for men. And yeah, so that's what we have here. And if you want to learn more of this and so much more, don't forget December 28th, we are rocking and rolling with the Masculine Empowerment Network. We're going to be talking about this: dating, frame, relationships, how to find the right girl, money, muscles, game frame, and you get my course, Body Language Mastery 4.0. December 28th, it's coming out. It is only available for 5 days. After the 5 days, you cannot sign up and get access to it because we have to start the live training on January 8th. If you are not on the waiting list and you are tired of being alone, you are tired of not having a woman in your life, you are tired of looking at pornography and jerking off, you are tired of feeling like a loser, you're tired of being fat, you're tired of living at home in your mother's basement, whatever the case may be, we are getting people jobs. We are turning people's lives around. We're helping you get more matches on dating apps. We're helping you with everything and so much more. All you got to do is go to masculineempowermentnetwork.com, get on the waiting list, and I'm going to be giving out a free module, no strings attached, nothing. The free module on how to understand if someone is lying to you or not. It's only going out via email. It's the only place you're going to see it. The only other place you'll see it is if you sign up and access the course. So go to masculineempowermentnetwork.com, get on the waiting list, scan the QR code in the upper right-hand corner, and you will be locked and loaded. We're going to be back tomorrow. We're talking about Dude Party. Tomorrow, Dude Party's episode, we're bringing on Andrew from The Legal Mindset, who is a Florida bar attorney. And we're going to be talking about the recent Colorado decision to keep Donald Trump off of the presidential ballot in the year 2024 in the state of Colorado, which is typically a battleground state, and the pretense of them using the 14th Amendment, which is the Insurrectionist Act, where they're saying like he said that he wanted people to take over the Capitol on January 6th, and that's why the police were opening the doors for them to come in on that day. Okay, got it. It's a complete setup, and it is a desperation move, in my opinion. If you've ever been to Colorado, it is a shithole. Denver is awful. Sorry if you're from Denver, but you know what I'm talking about. They call it Menver for a reason. It's a liberal shithole, and its shitholeness is increasing as all the people from California migrate east and continue to destroy everything in their wake like locusts. So tomorrow, Dude Party, me, Andrew from The Legal Mindset, former UFC welterweight contender John Fitch will be there. Paul, Apex Mindset, Afi Kingdom. We're bringing the whole squad, probably Aaron Clary as well. Stay tuned. And until then, you guys have a wonderful day. Don't forget, make money, make muscles, learn game, hold frame. You know the name. It's me, MLD. Peace out.